Hello patron, I wanted to just give you a good update as to what was going on. I'm sorry I haven't updated in a while. I'm just kind of, doing everything here and there and trying to get things sorted, especially with my medical condition, as some of you know, so it's a little bit awkward, a little bit complicated. Doctors are being a pain, but anyway, getting to the point. So I wanted to show you how far I've come with Millia. I'm sorry that I haven't posted many videos updating or showing you the process as to how I've made her, but it's a little difficult, as you can imagine, because as soon as you get into it you kind of don't want to stop, and it's a lot of like waiting, and yeah, it's a long process. So here she is. So this is her. She's about 43 to 44 centimeters tall. I'm still not exactly sure, but it's about 43 so far. Still need to figure out her feet, but it shouldn't be too much taller than that, like maybe another ½ centimeter at a maximum. So here she is. She's about 90% done. Let's see if I can get you a better look at her face. And she can pose brilliantly well. She's strung kind of loosely at the moment, but that's just so that I can pose her without cracking or breaking her joints, as is a problem with air drying clay, because it's just something you kind of can't control. So you notice that her leg kind of swivels to the side there. If the string was a lot tighter, it wouldn't do that. It would just lock like that and wouldn't move. But it's fine. But you still get the idea. She can pose brilliantly. We won't get you to look in between her legs. It's a bit rude. And her arms, also strung very loosely, but it gives you the idea. I actually had some slight problems with the thinning of the parts around here, so I've had to sand it back to create thicker rims. So yeah, there's a little bit of editing work there, but it's actually come out quite nicely, so I'm not having to worry too much about that. And of course, yeah, bend that one as well. I'm having to use these. I have so many of these, and I use them with face-ups, which is what you call painting a resin doll's face. It's known as a face-up process, and I have so many of these, and I couldn't find my hair silks at the time, so I used those to hold the elastic together. So if you're wondering what that's about, now you know. And I've used the balls here to stop the joints from cracking or chipping away from having something heavy being pulled against them that's like a stick, because that would embed into the clay, and I don't want that happening. It's just little things that you have to be mindful of when it comes to making a clay prototype first before making a mold and casting the resin. The resin version will be like 100 times stronger than this will, so I have to be careful as to how I string this and to not do it too tightly. So that's why she's a bit floppy. But she can still do most of what I need her to do, just to kind of show you her posability. But she can do a lot of things well. At the moment she can't stand, of course. She doesn't have feet, so I can't show you that. But she has a very cute little face, and it's being held on with a ribbon at the moment. Normally there's a magnet in there, and there's little locking mechanisms, so I can push, don't fall back, so I can push down on her head and it doesn't really go too far, not without like extensive force. You got those ridges there, and then there's another ridge just on the inside. I can't really show you, my camera doesn't want to show you, it's just gonna go blurry if I get too close. So I'm just gonna pop her head back on and pull that ribbon back down just to secure it. It's just a temporary measure, but it stops her head from being damaged, and I still need to drill the holes for the magnets. But yeah, she also has a locking mechanism in her joint. I need to sort out the one at the front, but the one at the back works really well. I can demonstrate that one now. If I pull you forward, so when she's sitting up, she slouches. And that's the lock there. And you just pull her up and back over to put her back to normal. But that helps her sit up properly and slouch over and stuff like that. So she has a bit of a belly, as you can see. Rights up, goes down, and then this is her side profile face. Please excuse the meowing cat who keeps howling. That's the side profile of her face. And her eye wells. She takes 16mm eyes. Eyes tend to look like this, and you just slot them in. I can give you a quick demonstration of that. Remove the ribbon, take her head off, and then I can just hold that eyeball in, and you get to see a bit more as to what she looks like a bit more together. You can see the difference it makes by putting an eyeball in. She's actually very cute, and I can't wait to have her finished. So just pop the eyeball back away. So yeah, she's about 90% done. All I need to do is work on her hands and feet. So far I've got the thumb and the finger on that one. This one, if I turn it around the right way. The idea was for this one, it was going to be kind of like, that was what I was going for. So as you can see, I've got the point of the finger done so far. And this one I'm not sure, I'm just kind of going with the flow with this hand. So this one's a more curved finger. So I still need to do the other three. And then these are her feet. I did actually make the first feet originally, and they were too small, and I was really annoyed with myself because I did amazing toes. And I'm so frustrated because they looked so good. So I've had to clay all the way over them and start again. I'm quite annoyed with myself. So the idea is that the feet need to fit in there. Of course at the moment they're definitely too small. I could push them about that far down. Really they should be back here. So the idea is that when you add the toes, it takes you out that extra length to about there, because the whole length isn't the toe. You have to kind of have that little bit on your foot that dips down before the toes actually begin. And the drill will go through, and a wire and a big rod. The drill will go through here, and a rod will go across, and that will help hold the elastic in place. That's why I've just left this as it is, and when I'm done with the feet I can remove that and the ball and then put the foot on. Because I have these tiny little hooks wherever I want it off to, these. And that's what will hold the feet on and the hands. So yeah, and of course that's what holds the head on. And the head is connected to this part in here. So if I move her chest out, you can see it's just in there. That's what's holding that. The arms go across and connect each other. The knot stays inside the chest. The one for the chest to the head, the knot stays inside the head. And for this one, they stray across here, go all the way down, and the knot stays around this section here. There's like a big enough hole, so if the knot slips, it will just slip into one of these joints and stay there. You won't ever see the knot because it doesn't move very far. So yeah, she has great mobility. She can sit on her knees, but I don't want to keep doing it to her. I've done it to her a few times, and if I keep doing it, I'm worried that I might chip something. And I've spent so long sculpting this, I don't want to have to keep repairing something over and over again. But yeah, you get the idea. She can pull her leg, and the weight of her will push that down, and then she'll be able to do that. And of course with her sitting, you don't really see this part that well. Not from an overhead view anyway, which is pretty cool. So you don't see the whole, it gets hidden by that. So yeah, she has good mobility, and she should be done in about a week or two. Well, I'd actually say a few days, but you know, I kept telling myself it would just be a few days, a few more days and she's done, and then something chipped or something broke, and I got really frustrated because it set me back a few more days. The never-ending progress and process of doing this. But hey, once she's done, she'll be lovely. And then plenty of others can have one too. So yeah, classes is a big project, but it's something that I really enjoy doing, and she looks fantastic. So I will be doing the drawings. I'll be using my camera and filming that process as well. I believe my first request is a cat girl. It wasn't really specified what type of cat girl, so I may do more than one. And of course you can select which one that you want, and I'll keep the other one aside. Just probably set at the convention, which is next weekend. Hooray! And I have so much to do. Oh, it just doesn't stop, but it's something that I'm enjoying. And yeah, it's keeping me going. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support on Patreon. And if you have any questions about how this is done, or if you want to know something in particular, you know, just ask me and I'll answer to the best of my abilities. I will be sculpting a smaller doll, because of course she's quite large at 43 centimeters. I may do a 20 centimeter one, which is like half the height. It's more like the length of her leg. And for something that small, it's a lot easier to do a video tutorial on, because they're not as large pieces. They're only little ones, and they don't take as long to do. So I could do a lot more in each video section rather than claying up one piece and leaving it to dry overnight. So yeah, that's literally the reason this takes forever. If everything dried instantly, it wouldn't take so long. I'd probably get it done in a week. But hey, the drying time really sets it back. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and you'll hear from me again very soon. Thank you all again. Bye!